What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, I'm gonna give you some detailed instructions on how you can manscape and get rid of that unwanted hair. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Mike Montessa, salute. Nowadays, most guys realize they need to manscape in some form or fashion to reduce or eliminate unwanted hair. But should you completely get rid of it or just reduce it? The answer, yes. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. If you follow the rules I give you in today's video, you'll be well on your way to manscaping properly and getting rid of unwanted hair. So without any further delay, let's hop right into the video. First off, I want to start with a wide-ranging macro perspective on manscaping. What I recommend for most guys, you want to do a lot of trimming and not shaving and eliminating. You don't want to have a completely bare body, unless you're a competitive swimmer or a fashion model from the 90s. But for the rest of us normal guys, we want to reduce in most places and eliminate in a few places. So you want to go into your manscaping routine with that in mind. And just like with any job, there's a few tools you need to get it right. In my opinion, you actually can get away with two different tools. You need some tweezers and a trimmer with a guard. When thinking about your overall manscaping and reducing and eliminating hair, you want a trimmer that you can use without a guard to get real close, and then for the areas you don't want to completely eliminate, you throw the guard on. It's that simple. So now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's start to get into some of the specifics, starting with your eyebrows. Yes, you need to manscape your eyebrows. Now, just like with the rest of the parts of your body, it's very simple to get your eyebrows right. The first thing you want to keep in mind, you want them symmetrical, even, and separated. Remember, no unibrow. They're called eyebrows, not eyebrow. And just like with any job, you need the right tools. The only tool I believe you need for your eyebrows, a pair of tweezers. Tweeze in between, get rid of the unibrow, then tweeze above and below, getting rid of any stray hairs so both eyebrows are even. And another bonus tip to make sure you have good symmetrical eyebrows, you want them to be wider than taller. Remember, the key to your eyebrows, you want no unibrow and keep them separate but even. Now we're gonna work our way down to another overlooked area, and ones the OGs really tend to miss. You've got to make sure you're manscaping your ear and nose hair. This is a big problem, and a lot of times we see ourselves in the mirror every day. It can be easy to overlook. But trust me, other people don't overlook it. And once again, it's very simple to make sure you get it right. You want to make sure you have the right tool. Grab yourself a quality ear and nose hair trimmer. Every couple of weeks, check your nose hairs out. Make sure there's none sticking down out of your nostril. And the same for your ears. Every week or two, grab that ear hair trimmer, knock it completely off. Now for your ears and your nose hair, I don't recommend scissors or razors. Use what's made for the job, an ear and nose hair trimmer. Now throughout today's video, you're gonna hear me mention when it comes to manscaping, you've gotta use the right tools. And that's definitely the case when it comes to manscaping the most delicate of areas below the belt. That's why I recommend when it's trimming down there, you use the best below the belt trimmer from today's video sponsor, Manscaped, and their lawnmower. I've personally been using the lawnmower for the last several years, and it's my go-to below the belt trimmer. But I'm very excited to let you know Manscaped has evolved and redesigned the lawnmower, and they've now come up with the Lawnmower 4.0. What I love about the Lawnmower 4.0, it keeps all the great features they've had in 1, 2, and 3, but improved upon it. The Lawnmower 4.0 still has that skin-safe technology with the replaceable ceramic blade. It cuts down on nicks, cuts, and pulls. Nobody wants that when grooming below the belt. And just like the Lawnmower 3.0, it has an LED spotlight to make sure you can see what you're doing when trimming those important parts. It used to be that the LED light was on at all times. Now you can turn it off and on at your pleasure. And of course, the Lawnmower 4.0 is still waterproof. You can use it in and out of the shower, and it's rechargeable and cordless. But one of the new features I absolutely love is that when you're traveling or transporting your lawnmower 4.0, you're actually able to lock it so it doesn't come on unexpectedly buzzing in your bag. So as you can see, Manscaped took the best below the belt trimmer and made it even better. Now, not only did Manscaped sponsor today's video, they're hooking the Style O.G family members up with a discount. All you have to do is hit that link in the description and you'll get 20% off your order and free shipping. So if you want to get the best below the belt trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0, and all your grooming needs for below the belt, make sure you hit that link in the description and check out Manscaped today. Now we're going to get into a couple of areas where there's no ambiguity. You're not trimming, you're eliminating hair here. I'm talking about your back and your shoulders. Now, although there are several areas on your body where it's cool to have a little bit of hair, maybe even preferable, your back and your shoulders aren't those areas. It's very unattractive to have back hair. Now, I know it's going to be challenging to do it by yourself. That's why you need to make some friends, or at least have a significant other that you can ask to knock their hair off your back. And no, I'm not talking about put a guard on it. With your trimmer, no guard, completely eliminate the back hair. Don't have a trusted friend? You might have to go to a salon, get a professional to do it. But please, no back hair at all. And the same thing goes for your shoulders. A lot of times us guys will overlook the stray hairs on your shoulders. Pay attention, knock those off. So remember, no guesswork on these two areas. When it comes to your back and your shoulders, eliminate all hair. It's unwanted. However, when it comes to your chest and your stomach, we give you a little bit more wiggle room. I recommend you have a little bit of hair on your chest and stomach. I don't think you should be completely bald. Now, this is a matter of preference, of course, but we're men. We're supposed to have some hair on our bodies, and the chest and stomach is cool. When it comes to your chest and stomach, what I recommend you do is use the trimmer, but put a guard on it. And this goes for all the areas on your body where having a little bit of hair is cool. I would first start with the longest guard, the one that doesn't cut as close, and then work your way down to a closer shave depending on your preference. And that's what I want you to do for your chest and stomach. Start with the longest length guard, see if you like it. You want to bring it a little closer, go to a shorter guard. Or if your preference is you want to go real close, take the guard off, go ahead and shave it all the way down. Not my preference, but do you. Now, manscaping question I often get is, Jeff, what do I do about my arms and legs? Here's what I recommend you do very similarly to your chest and stomach. A man is supposed to have hair on his arms and legs, if he can grow it. And if that's you, once again, like your chest and stomach, start with a longer guard, work your way down. What I usually do when it comes to my arms, I use a shorter guard. When it comes to my legs, a longer guard. I believe it's okay to have a little bit more hair on your legs than it would be on your arms. That's my preference, but like we mentioned in the chest and stomach area, start with the longer guards, work your way down till you see what you prefer. Now, one of the overall rules you want to pay attention to when it comes to manscaping is to make sure you take your time and go slowly. And that rule is very important when grooming our next area. I'm talking about below the belt. I shouldn't have to tell you to take your time there. As I mentioned, I prefer to use a trimmer, of course, the Lawnmower 4.0, but there's a couple of specifics I want you to pay attention to get it right. You're gonna cut down to two different lengths. One length behind the balls, another length in front. Now, behind the balls, you wanna go completely all the way down. I'm talking about trimming behind the balls with no guard. You want that with no hair. But in the visible area in front, I recommend a trim. Put that guard on and trim in front of the ball. Now, I know some people prefer the clean look behind and in front, but I recommend a grown man have some hair in front. You're not an adolescent who hasn't reached puberty yet. You want to have some hair there. You just don't want it to be an uncontrollable force. So remember, grab your Lawnmower 4.0, get it clean behind the balls, trim it down in front. When it comes to manscaping, it's not as overly complicated as a lot of guys may think. And I hope I showed you that in today's video. All you need is a few tools, your tweezer and your trimmers, and some patience. Take your time, go slowly. Eliminate the back and shoulder hair, get rid of the nose and ear hair, and trim everywhere else.